Hi everyone, in this tutorial, we'll talk about using Headshot 2 to create an HD character head. First, let's talk about the creation process. Click the Import button to import an OBJ file. Here, you can see that we have prepared a very high poly head model with intricate details. Next, click on Headshot 2 and select the mesh to create a character. Then, click the Start Head Generation button. Once the mesh is brought into the Headshot panel, we can use the Auto Detection feature to quickly set reference points on the mesh. Of course, a higher number of points allows for more precise results. By using the reference image on the left, we can manually apply points and adjust each one to match the features of the character. Once the required number of points has been set, click the Head Gen button to generate a basic head mesh. Next, click on Refine Mesh to project the details. Notice that there is a visual difference between the generated head mesh and the source mesh. We can click the Toggle Source Mesh button near the top to visualize the source mesh regions. Then, adjust the CC Mesh opacity slider to better see the mesh differences. Next, we can switch to Wireframe on Shade in Headshot to automatically switch to the Base 0 subdivision. It's best to adjust the details on the lowest level. Click Project to project the shape of the original mesh onto the generated CC head. Next, we can use the Move and Smooth brush to quickly adjust the CC head mesh to closely match the shape of the source mesh. After the initial adjustments, we switch to wireframe mode. Then, you can also switch to level 1 to inspect and edit the details. Finally, click Add Subdivision to switch to level 2, where you'll notice a significant increase in the mesh density. At this stage, using the project brush reveals that the added polygons allow the model to carry more fine details. Once done, click Toggle Source Mesh again, and you'll see that the CC head now closely resembles the source mesh in appearance. Now, notice that the lips appear to overlap or come very close to each other, which may cause them to intersect at times. Headshot 2 includes new display features for hiding or isolating the jaw, making it easier to adjust the lip topology. We can first hide the jaw to adjust the top lip, then isolate the jaw to adjust the bottom lip. By doing so, the intersecting lip meshes should be resolved, improving the appearance of the lips. Next, click on Attach to Body and select the appropriate body mesh for this head. Because the source mesh doesn't have a diffuse map, we can select the Textureless option. For the normal channel, select the Bake from Source Mesh option and choose the appropriate texture size. You can adjust the texture resolution based on the mesh density of the model. Once we click the Generate button, Character Creator will create a default body. We can examine the final model by enabling the Wireframe option. Notice how we are able to achieve the detailed look of the source mesh, even with a lower poly count for the Headshot head model. As you can see, our character is subdivided to level 2, and you can switch between levels using the slider. When switching back to the lower level, the overall details are still preserved. That's because we previously baked the normal map, so we can restore all the details. After lowering the strength, the mesh itself shows no visible details. Then increasing the subdivision level, the higher polygon count allows the model to display more realistic surface details. At this point, combining it with the normal map enables us to fully reproduce the fine details of the source mesh. Next, we can enable the Activate Expression Wrinkles option and enter Edit Facial mode to create facial expressions. We can see the extra wrinkle details that enhance the realism of the model, and the appearance of the lips becomes more lifelike. Now, let's upgrade the completed character from Headshot to HD. Besides adding more mesh, the CC5 character pack also provides HD eyes for more detailed, realistic eyes. We can drag the eyes onto the character to apply. Along with many additional options for the eyelashes to apply. Because the mesh details have increased, we can use the HD morphs for more realistic forms and surface sculpting. You can see that the increased polygon count allows it to carry more realistic muscle surface details. The CC5 HD profile is also available for use with the facial profile. Click on Edit Expression to see that the facial profile has upgraded to CC5 HD. There are many new sliders for the expression morphs as well, especially for the lips. Additional corrective sliders also make the expressions more natural. For more details on the HD profile, please consult other tutorial videos. Headshot 2 provides functions for adding more details, allowing the CC head to closely represent the look of the source mesh. Thanks for watching.